What?
Well, he was right here before.
Okay.
Says happy birthday.
It just adds, moves the screen as more people come on.
Says, I think of you often and keep you in my heart and prayers. Stay safe and know that you are loved. Virginia.
Well, that's Virginia?
Virginia Anderson, yeah.
Oh,
Virginia is for lovers.
I've got
You back,
a
Kenny?
couple of, what's that?
Nothing. I just Kenny's getting on his computer, so I thought he said something.
Oh, a couple of your Newsmax magazines too here.
Okay. She started a new subscription here, so I think she probably has those.
You got these two?
Kenny, what have you got on?
A view on the shirt.
That's just a picture of Kenny.
Oh, it's just a picture?
Yeah.
Did
I
he
think some
go?
type of-
He went here, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. He's just messing with his background.
Hi, Gordon.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
There's Gordon.
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, good. Happy birthday, Mom.
What,
He just said happy birthday.
Where's Carlin?
Not here yet. He's in your house, Mom, isn't he?
Yeah,
He went out this morning and ran for a
Right.
long time. He was gone for half hour at least, running.
You know,
So he's healthy.
I would start running. I would start running myself, except for I heard of a guy that was running a lot and came down with cancer. So a little bit iffy on it.
Oh. Well, you gotta watch those things.
He'll be okay. He'll be okay.
There
So-
we go. Okay.
Try to stand.
Is Carlin there with you, Steve?
yeah, he's here. He's
Great.
Who's here?
Carmen.
He just got it. He just came in from running.
There he is. He's got his phone.
There you
going.
are, Carlin.
There he is. Did you see him go by?
Carla,
Where are you guys at?
Carlin?
down here.
Daniel.
There he
Sarah.
is. There's Carlin.
Huh. I didn't know Mark Pope was joining the call.
He been-
Sarah and Jackie.
I gotta kill this. All right.
Okay. What's that? Why is that doing that?
Nice.
Because
Huh?
he-
Carlin's
it's
gonna turn off his
feeding back into the.
sound for the election on this.
Oh, and is that Jamin?
Yeah.
I'm
here.
Yeah, a few people.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Jamin.
What a bunch of good-looking Scots.
Jackie and Danny, of course, to show up, actually. Danny, can you share a video with us? Or audio?
Dan's being stingy. This is fun.
What?
Is this fun?
Yes, it's very
It's
fun,
right?
but it's
Everything you hope for.
it's worrying. I'm worrying about, is that Daniel?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Dan just needs to
Would
turn
you like to
on
see
He's
my
getting connected.
just for a second?
instead of muting himself.
Well, let's let somebody talk.
The lady of the hour.
Sarah and Becky. Sarah and Becky, the only ones we're missing, right?
I didn't Sarah and Becky.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, what?
We won't have them though,
Why?
will they?
Why?
Well, I don't know why. Why aren't they?
Becky was gonna be there. I'll call her up. She's just,
No, I'll call her.
oh, you call her.
Steve, can you adjust your camera down a little bit so you get less headspace?
There?
Now we're talking, yeah.
Spoken like a true video editor.
Yeah, right.
It bothers me. It really bothers me when people don't get the headspace right. And of course, now we have to do video editing. And the general does it. And of course, he's always down here like this, you know. It's like, oh, so I got to edit him up here. And then, of course, I'm zooming in and making him more fuzzy. So anyway.
This is Kate, Kenny, is it bugging you?
Yeah, that's good. That's good, Robert. Kilroy wasn't here. The opposite of Kilroy was here.
So this is Danny. I'm here. We don't have a lot of bandwidth, so we're traveling. So I don't know if my video will ever start working, but I'm listening.
Try it anyway. Try it anyway, Dan. Try it anyway. See what
Welcome
happens.
aboard, Dan.
I have it on. I don't know. Oh, maybe I have that thing closed. There we go.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Yeah, that bandwidth is really bad when you put your thumb over it.
It's rare.
Hey, guys.
Where are you headed?
It's good.
Coming up to join Stephen, Mom, and Carlin.
Oh, okay.
Fun,
Where
fun.
are you at now?
Between Idaho Falls and Pocatello.
Oh, okay.
Coming for the
Oh,
game.
so you're not going to make it during the call.
He's coming for the game.
Yeah, 8:30
They're gonna go
tonight.
real fast.
No.
Yeah,
Fun
8:15
times.
tonight is the game. We're gonna come watch the game with everybody, hopefully.
Nice.
On the text message check chain, did Becky and Sarah say, yep, that's it? They're good with that? They did, right?
I think they did.
Becky-
I know Becky did.
It's fine with it.
What'd you
Sarah
get? Are we
said-
on answer?
Yeah, Becky said,
Yeah,
Sarah,
she didn't
sounds
answer.
good. Sarah said that works for me.
We
No,
can
I
do the
said the
invite
day
too.
wrong.
Well, when is Benny?
Becky's on her way.
Oh, Becky's on her way. As soon as she gets here, I want everybody singing,
Yes. Of course.
of course.
So Becky's on her way up to you guys, Carlin, driving up there?
No, she's
No.
still on her way to get on the call.
Oh,
Okay. And there's an invite feature on here, but I don't really know how to use it.
It just sends an email.
Okay. Well, maybe we ought to do that for Sarah.
okay.
Or nothing. Or text her, I guess. Obviously, we can text her.
That would be on mine, I'm sure. I've got the invite.
Don't- yeah.
link. I can
Maybe just
copy
text
the
her
link.
instead.
Yeah.
I've got it in an email if she needs,
Yeah,
I
that
can
works
send it to her.
for me. She says.
I guess I'm just going to use the chain to say, Sarah.
My hair is bugging me. I'm gonna go get my hat like Gordon.
Yeah, me too.
Daniel, who have you got in the back seat?
There we go. We got Tim and Emma and Tom. Can you hear me or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see him.
You're supposed to say
Is that a
something. like-
violin? Is that a violin that,
No, that's Steve's phone.
Famous song, Tim.
It's ukulele.
I'm sorry.
the ukulele? Okay. Hey, Danny, where's the north shore of Oahu compared to where you guys are gonna be living again?
Where we live.
We're on the edge of what somebody would
Oh, see,
call the North
that's
Shore.
Robert.
So
Me.
starting where we're at, maybe people would argue that it's the next town over, Kahuku. But then going down to Haleiwa. So it's really like Laie to Haleiwa.
I gotta show you what my guy's hat said.
John Day Golf Club.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the logo here.
Oh, really?
This is Charlie.
Rattlesnake.
Oh, rattlesnake. Yeah, yeah.
Charlie, how are you?
Charlie is, you know, my
Are
second.
those Dan's?
Charlie's
Charlie.
hair looks
Hi,
just
Charlie.
like
See you,
mine.
Charlie.
Hey, Lucy.
What?
Mine.
What does?
Charlie's hair looks just like mine when I was young.
I want to see Charlie.
But I dyed mine blonde.
That's the goal. Right now, it's in a red state.
Yeah? What are you doing to dye it?
will be lucky to see you.
2 days ago.
I stuck a bunch of sun in mine.
Yeah, it works. That sun in works for me too.
Lucy's busy playing.
I need something stronger for black to blonde, I think.
Upset him.
Tells you no, huh?
Come here, Betsy.
No, no.
That's it.
When I drove up to the golf course to buy this hat, the cashier lady sign my credit card thing, and she said, Scott, she says, are you related to Susan Sinte?
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
and she was probably about 24, 25 years old.
Wow.
And how she knew the Scott Sinte and all of that, you know.
Well, Scott Apartments.
And she said,
Yes.
she said she's always admired that Sinte family and just wanted to know everything about them. And
There's still Scott.
Yeah.
yeah. So it was really, really fun.
Oh, and don't look so malaise. Come on, Becky.
I'm just not feeling well.
Oh, well, it is malaise there.
He's not-
Good.
Hey, Becky.
Your symptoms, Becky.
What?
What do you got? What are your symptoms?
Oh,
I called him. Yeah.
anxiety.
Uh,
Too early, is Becky too early? Is it too
Um,
early?
Yeah, I had a hard time sleeping last night. I'm just worried about some of the things my kids are doing.
Did you try taking hydrogen peroxide?
Yeah, I've been drinking that all day.
There's the
well,
problem,
good.
right?
You should be turning up soon.
You
Then.
had said something.
What other cures do we have for that?
Grapefruit seed extract.
Grapefruit seed extract, yeah.
That actually works for some things. Oh, yeah.
Where are you driving, Danny?
Driving to Pocatello, or sorry, no, we're going to see Steve for the football game tonight.
Ah, nice.
We're gonna go do it. Brittany
Give our
said-
tickets away.
Brittany said, "Hey, you guys want to go to this football game?" We said, "Sure." So we bought 4 tickets to go, and she said, "Hey, I found 3 other people that want to go instead." So we got dumped off the deal, but we'll go to Mom and Steve's house instead. But,
Did you sell them your tickets?
so far,
She says it's okay if I don't get the money back. Okay.
How much were the tickets?
only
$25.
yeah, only $25. So
Oh,
Each?
yeah,
Yeah. Well, don't let them go to waste.
no.
what's that?
No.
What's he got?
What's that, Carla?
Someone else has the tickets now.
Oh yeah. They're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
come.
Double
You're just
date.
talking about them welching on the deal to buy them.
Yeah, so we bought them. They hijacked them to go on a double date. We thought that was a fine investment. So
So you're coming to Daybreak?
yeah,
Mm.
we're gonna get down to Provo too. I don't know if you want us to visit you for a little bit, Becky. That'd be fun. We're gonna-
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Not that
I was thinking I should come up there. Mom said that there is some, I don't know, I didn't get a email or text from Rose, but Mom said told me yesterday there's something going on. And I meant to reach out to Rose, but I still gotta get all of my contact information into my new phone.
I'll move over. Let's see your
Let's put them all in the middle. There we go.
No, I'm okay.
No. You should be in the middle. That way you don't
I
have
had a
to
dream about Merrill last night.
move to the middle. Stand up.
What's he doing?
What happened?
Doggone.
What are you gonna do?
Nothing. We were working on something
Don't
something crazy.
It wasn't planting
Is this yours, Mom?
or anything?
Did it start to work?
Well, it was a mechanical thing, so it might have been farm equipment. I don't know, but
Are you drinking it this morning?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, easier to get than having to reach around me.
But was it a fun dream, Matthew?
It's not on the
Pardon?
screen.
Wasn't a fun
Was it a nice dream?
Yeah,
On the screen.
yeah. It was just, you know,
No,
it wasn't
we'll put
one of those where you wake up and you say, that was real. He was there, you know. It
That
was,
was real?
No.
well, it was a real dream, but
Yeah,
it was just a dream. I
Was
think,
it
I don't know.
one? It wasn't-
You had a
It wasn't
dream about
but it
Meryl?
was pleasant.
Yes.
Yes, Meryl and I were working on something together. We were working on some screws and bolts, and we said, we have to put it this way. No, you have to put it that way. And I don't know. I don't know what it meant.
So when did you
It
have?
meant
the
you were
dream?
having a dream about putting together nuts and bolts.
Yeah, with Meryl. That was just last night.
Just last night. Well, I just thinking maybe Meryl's, getting, the puppy. Oh,
When did you get into town, Carlin?
last night I flew into Provo.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
was hard, wasn't it?
Yes, my arms are very tired.
Have you seen that dog before?
This dog,
Yeah,
I have. It's quite the character, isn't it?
I know. Isn't he great?
Yeah. He's, he growls at me every time I try to pick him up though. That's the one downside.
He still does. He hasn't gotten used to you.
He hasn't gotten used to me, no.
Hmm.
I'll
Hi,
reach down and go,
Carol.
and I'll pick him up real fast, of course, but yeah. Yep.
I don't know why he.
Our dog hangs around me like he's my shadow. He just-
Your dog?
Yeah,
Your dog's crazy.
I know.
Oh my gosh. The dog's amazing.
I know she's got generalized anxiety disorder for sure.
She's great.
My dog does something similar. He's got social distancing down. He literally will stick six paces away from me all the time.
Your dog?
Yeah, not real close, not too far away. He'll follow me into the closet, follow me back out of the closet, everything.
Which one? Irene's dog or your dog?
No, this dog.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is it?
Fungus.
That's Django?
That's Django?
Yeah.
Literally put attentive.
What you doing, dog?
Oh,
Fungus.
I'm gonna get out of here.
You got too close.
Go get him, John Goose.
Who
What's his
He's-
name?
John Goose.
John Goose?
Yeah.
What kind of dog is it though?
John.
Korean name.
John Goose. Yeah, it really is. I mean,
He's a
brown
Bichon
cat.
Frise. He's a purebred, isn't he, Kenny?
John Goose. Yeah, Bichon Frise. Yeah.
Is it what?
He's a
Bichon
Bichon.
Frise.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is it?
It's not a poodle, but it kind of looks like a poodle, but his hair is straight. And
You don't know the name of the dog?
That's
Here.
no the kind of dog it is called a Bichon Frise.
Bischon.
Bischonfrise. Some French word.
Because it looks
Very
like,
smart. He's very smart. I can teach him tricks and he'll learn them pretty
Was
fast.
that Irene's dog that she brought
Yeah.
with her?
No, she made us get him when she was like 15 or something like that.
But she took him with her when she moved out and then brought it back when she came back or something like
No, she got herself another dog when she moved out,
that.
and a cat.
terms, I'm telling
And
you.
a cat.
And then she moved back in, so she lives in our garage with the dog and the cat.
Oh,
That was a good investment on her part.
Yeah, she doubled it all right. So we have to clean up a lot of poop in the backyard. That other dog's really messy. It's a pit bull mix.
Ooh.
And everybody's
Who
afraid
is
of
a
it.
pit bull?
Anyway, I didn't want to talk about our dogs.
Well, I gotta show you my dog though.
Okay.
Pit bull.
Ivory soap?
Hit your leg. That's a pit bull.
It's a one of those Marla got me started on needle felting. You know how you felt?
That's
So
a dog?
I'm making it. So
Can you put it like real close to the camera?
that's as far as I've got it done so far.
Oh,
Is it
it's
an
like
ear
Snoopy,
And
Definitely.
a nose, right?
It's what?
An
like
ear and a
Snoopy.
nose?
I don't know what it's going to be, but it'll be a dog when I'm done, I'm sure.
Oh, that's the nose, and you're making the ears on it still.
Right. Yeah.
Are
I
you
gotta put
making
the
it?
arms and legs and
Needle
feet.
felt? What's that?
You take strands of wool. I don't have any. You just take globs of wool, and then you take these little needles that have barbs on them. You just poke and poke and poke until it compacts the wool into, it's like sculpturing, and you just compact it into
Stuffed animal?
different shapes. You do stuffed animals, you can do all kinds of weird stuff.
But it's not
Sculpture
stuffed.
by implosion, huh?
Yeah,
It's more
yeah.
like just compacted wool.
yeah, it's just
Solid.
well, that's what felt is. It's just wool compacted, you know, and so this you compact not into sheets like a felt. It just compacts into whatever shape you do it. I'll grab some of Marla's.
Well, Kenny, I watched a video of a Korean defector soldier woman. Have you seen any of those?
No.
It was very interesting. It was all in Korean, so it was all subtitles, you know.
Oh,
But she was just amazed that Americans were so nice, because they were taught, of course, that they're just barbaric and murderers and
yeah.
it was very interesting.
Hey, what's your Wi-Fi password?
You gotta go kill somebody right now.
Not a movie, but it's
Hey,
live.
Dan says he's gonna be maybe leaving soon. Is Sarah gonna come, or do we need to sing before Dan leaves?
Did you get?
Well, let's sing now.
Where's
Kenny
the-
texted Sarah quite a while ago.
Okay.
After body.
Oh, are you recording this, Gordon?
I am not.
I am.
Why don't you?
I've been recording.
Oh, you have been.
I've been recording. I was gonna tell you guys that. Yes, I'm
Okay.
recording.
I didn't hear the beep, beep, you know, beep, 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 recording.
No, I don't
Yeah,
have-
might be pulling them over for different reasons.
Is this for educational purposes? Is that why you're recording this?
Blackmail.
Training,
Blackmail.
training later for
For
Yeah.
quality assurance.
the quality assurance.
Quality assurance.
Just for mom's memories, our memories. Which for that thought, Mom, you should be more proactive in doing more things and more in the
Yes,
spot.
yes. I'm waiting for you guys to sing me a song.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
But
We're
I
kind of
thought,
waiting to see if Sarah would come
yeah,
on, but
we're waiting.
Not
Well-
gonna happen. We're about to lose Danny.
If we do that, what we have to do is just turn on one person, because, well, like for me, I'm delayed. And so if I try to sing, it's not going to sound right if I'm trying to
Oh.
follow somebody else.
it might
Okay,
be
you can
fun.
start out.
Wait.
I nominate Becky. She's our chorus.
Let's try it. Let's just try the opening verse, because I hear everybody in sync.
You can just turn off your audio.
I think it'll be wonderful. We'll just be so
we lost Danny.
melodious.
Yeah,
together.
Danny's gone.
Ready?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But before we do, Steve, do you have a cake? Cupcake? You know, I mean, after you say it, you gotta blow out the candle, right? You can't just, okay,
Let 'em
thanks.
match.
Match it.
We are producing
Oh,
Cheesecake,
good.
cake.
Dan's back.
We're looking up a cake.
bread.
Oh, here comes Danny back.
Coming back.
All
While
right.
we're waiting for Steve, I'll show you the cotton here. So this is the cotton that you compress. It's just wool. I mean, not cotton, it's wool. And it comes in different colors. And
Wow.
Marla's first project were these little balls. She just compressed it. And you compress it using this little needle,
Oh,
just a little, like a darning needle or something. I don't know
that
what.
looks like fun.
It's got
It does.
barbs on the end of it, and the barbs just compact the thing
I
together.
can see you doing that, Carlin.
Oh, all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just take this, you just poke the needles like that,
Why?
Takes
Get him some
take her
aggressive.
about
Let's sing before we lose Danny.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a.
Steve's getting the cake though.
Danny came. Okay.
Danny's back.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
Steve
but
went away.
before we do that,
Steve went to go get a muffin.
Okay.
You never
Okay.
find those candles when you need them.
what was the word from
Hey,
Sarah?
come on. Dan is
No
back.
word.
Oh, just now. and
Mom's the word.
Just
What?
answer.
Huh.
I'll try and get her through Messenger.
You know, we need to do this more often because this is really good. Even though we haven't talked about anything substantial, I was proud to show my boy who my siblings were, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
we need to do this
The
more.
dog was exciting. We're so easily entertained as a family. What's that dog going crazy?
Cheap.
Well, Gordon, are you still doing your Zoom meetings on Sunday with your family?
No, now that
Okay,
everybody's
okay.
back to regular church, we just
All right.
are doing regular
There
church.
we are. Oh,
I'm, because I'm not,
Part cantaloupe, part cake.
there we go.
Can of cake.
oh, yeah.
What kind of, what is that? Happy birthday
Hey.
to
To
you. Happy
Happy birthday to you. That's it. Just sing slow.
Happy
Birthday.
Happy
birthday
to you. Yay.
What is that ball that
That's the dog.
was in?
What's that?
That's a cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe.
It is a
It's a
cantaloupe.
cantaloupe.
Now I gotta eat
Now I
cantaloupe.
gotta cut the cantaloupe, save everybody a
Sorry.
piece, and send everybody a piece.
Well, let's see, what could I say? I never thought I would be
91.
91 years old. And I'm not sure that it's a good thing. But
I'm not sure that it's your choice either.
It's not your choice.
I wanted to show you the
that's
4
a good
cantaloupes
point.
that we grew.
That's what I've decided.
What a
I
mess.
don't have to worry about it. You know, I don't have to worry about it at all.
Did you hear that, Mom? Matthew has cantaloupes they grew. Really?
Yes, it
Yeah,
had
they were
cantaloupe.
only about this big.
Well,
Well, are they grapelopes?
They could be. They were just a little bit bigger than golf balls. Except there was one that was about as big as an orange, or yeah.
yeah.
We even had watermelons.
You did?
How
Yeah,
big were your watermelons?
there was about 5 inches in diameter.
Like the,
The big one was, and I ate it.
Kenny, are those off your tree? Watermelon.
Yes, I have many trees, but these are oranges, believe it or not.
I believe.
They fell off too early because the dog knocked them off. But they still taste pretty good.
Really?
Come on, Kenny. You're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
When was the
So-
last time it froze where you live?
But,
He said the dog knocked them off. They didn't fall off, freeze off.
yeah, the big
No,
pit bull knocked them off.
I'm
The
saying,
tree's only about 4 foot high. And so the dog can easily hit the fruit.
is this fruit sweet or is it just really kind of Valencia tangy? And never
It's pretty good, being as this is really green.
yeah.
I have like got 10 left on the tree that I bought from Home Depot for about $70. And I've, only had it a year and it's grown. And anyway,
That's
it's
good.
really nice. I have a huge lime tree, but who likes limes? Anyway,
So $7 an orange, is that what it comes out to be?
Yeah.
This year, gotta amortize.
Those better be a pretty good orange.
yep. But more importantly, that means after this year, all the oranges are free.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
so will they turn orange? They're pretty green now. They turn orange eventually though,
If
right?
the dog doesn't knock them off, and they do get a little bit more ripe just sitting in the house.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
short tree, isn't it?
So I got a peach tree, orange tree, a calamandin, which is like a lime. It's an orange lime is what it is. I got a mulberry tree that's taller than my house. I got a blueberry
Mulberry.
bush,
Now, hold on, Kenny,
Big.
calamansi? You have a calamansi tree?
fig tree, and then 2 banana trees. So
Really?
That's
Did-
cool.
When did
Wow.
you buy them?
easy to grow. It's easy to grow.
How long have you had?
Oh,
them?
and blackberry bushes. I got 6 blackberry bushes.
Oh
So
my
yeah.
God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those natural occurring, or did you plant those?
No, I planted all of them.
Oh,
I planted all of them, bought them. Yeah.
So
Made
did
my
the
own-
bananas produce? Do you get bananas off of your tree?
Not yet. They one is grown as tall as my house, but I've only had it 6 months. So
Oh my goodness.
it started at 4 feet and it's grown as tall as my house now.
Hey, Sarah, welcome.
Oh, there's Sarah.
All right.
Hi, Sarah.
again. Hi, Sarah.
So late.
That's all right.
Hey,
Better
wow.
than ever.
All 10 for one moment.
Hi, Gordon.
Hello, Sarah.
Happy birthday.
Good to see you, Sarah.
Happy birthday, Mom. It's your birthday.
Yep. Do you want to sing one more time?
Yeah,
I think we
let's-
can-
We got Sarah and Danny.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there a better way for us to do it? If we focus
Oh,
on,
that was great.
Why is your,
Cacophony is good. It just
why is
sounds
your
wonderful.
audio so late, Matthew?
I don't know.
His audio's not late.
The
for me.
audio's fine. It's your video.
Early.
The video's late. Yeah. Right.
Are you throwing your
Yeah.
voice, Matthew? Are you doing that on purpose?
I don't know.
Okay, let's go.
Satellite,
Okay.
you gotta roll your satellite back.
What?
I just
Here we go. Ready?
Okay. Relight the cantaloupe.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
the cantaloupe was on fire before.
You have to go get it.
It's 2 wishes. 2 wishes on this year, Mom.
What?
You get 2 wishes.
Now you get a second wish.
Danny, let's have your boy play Happy Birthday on the ukulele.
Hey, oh, there's Ryan. There's Ryan.
On the piano.
Just playing it.
Happy birthday. On the piano.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Danny,
Hi, Ryan. Hi, little
Ryan's
Ryan.
9.
Ryan has to play.
Mom,
What?
there's Ryan.
Okay, that's
Okay, here we
Have
go.
Ryan play Happy Birthday for us.
Carlin.
After we sing.
Stephen, Grandma, Matthew, Jamin, Becky, Danny, Sarah, and Gordon.
Hey, Ryan.
How do I get everybody on the
Ryan.
same?
I think you go all the way to the
Hey,
end.
Ryan.
Swipe all the way to the end.
Does Ryan play the piano?
No, he did for a while, and now he's transitioned back to tennis and to soccer again as soon as that starts.
Okay, let's think.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah can hear.
All right, our candle's lit. Let's go.
Go.
Lit this candle. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday.
Happy birthday, dear
Birthday to you.
Happy birthday to
Happy birthday to
Play that.
you. And you.
Was that a round? Did we do that in a round? I think we did.
Yeah, the internet forced around.
It went around.
Hanging around.
Can you smell it? I can smell it. Wow, that's
Maybe you have COVID then.
Cantaloupe.
candle. That's cold.
Cantaloupe. Oh, cute.
Turn it off and then turn it back on again.
Okay, so what we want to do now is have everybody talk one at a time, about 20 seconds. Just give us a status report on yourself, I guess.
Right.
Right?
20 seconds isn't very long.
Starting with the.
Okay, 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay,
Start with the Gordon down there.
Gordon, you're first.
I am doing well. Got a lot going on with kids and grandkids, and I'm working a couple of jobs at the same time. That's unusual, but we're very grateful that able to do that, because I'm not doing it because I have to. I'm doing it because I'm just worried that the main job might be more temporary than other people think it is. So I need a fallback. Anyway, that's what that's all about. Having a lot of fun being the Sunday school president of the ward, because that means I got to help people do Zoom meetings and for church, and that's going to be interesting how we evolve that. And
When did you
Carol
start
and I
wearing
have been.
baseball hat?
Oh, as soon as my hair started thinning out and my bed head looks really bad.
I want to see it.
Yeah, okay, here we go. There it is. There's my scary
Halloween
costume. Yeah. So
Okay.
in any event,
Who's next?
that's it for me.
Sarah,
Thank you, Gordon.
can you talk?
Yes. I'm living north of Seattle. We live in an RV that is kind of a luxury deal. It's pretty nice. And we live on Elaine's property. And I got to go to church. We get to go to church this Sunday. And I'm doing pretty good.
Great.
We got our kids around it. We're going to celebrate my grandson, 5-year-old grandson's birthday. You want to say hi?
Happy birthday, Grandma. Hi, everybody.
Jim. Hi, Jim.
See ya. Take care.
Jim.
Love you.
Have a good day.
Okay, is it Jamie next?
Headed out to the drop zone to the skydiving center. We're supposed to have some sun today, and it's their last jumping day of the year.
Very nice. Okay, yeah. Jamin.
Okay, well, I think probably the most exciting thing that's going on in our life right now is this tiny house that you can see in the background. We've been continuing to work on that, and we finally finished it all out, and it's pretty exciting. If you guys want to buy it, Sarah, we can drag it up and you can live in that instead of your RV.
Oh, that's where you are right now, is in your tiny house. Did you move?
I-
We're at the beginning of the call. You were inside the other house, right?
No, I just changed my background.
Oh,
Shyster, I'll get a different background.
that background is in your tiny house, though, right?
Yeah, that's the background in our tiny house. But we're enjoy serving up on campus. We Marla's the Relief Society, a support person, and I support the Elders Quorum as part of the High Council responsibility. And we just love that. We get to go to church and get to be up there, and that's, you know, that's just a good experience for us. So
What do
yeah,
you mean?
we live downstairs from Jessie and her kids, so that's wonderful having our grandkids. And our daughter Jara, she lives right around the corner, and our daughter Janelle lives a couple blocks the other direction. So we got lots of cousins coming and going, and family. So we love all of that. That's wonderful.
That's nice.
What do you mean serving up on campus?
I'm in the High Council on one of the YSA stakes, and Marla's Relief Society assistant for the ward. And so we get to go to church every Sunday with the BYU students. They're incredible. We just have a blast doing that. So it's a lot of fun.
My granddaughter Kiersey is in one of the wards that Jamin, or the ward that Jamin is over.
Yeah, she's posted some real fun pictures of her and her roommates. It's pretty tough on them because, you know, they're having to live with the COVID kind of thing, but they're doing great. Our stake only has had, I think, 10 reported cases, and no one really, you know, seriously impacted. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did they do all their classes in just from remote?
They have sacrament meeting. They get together in groups of there's 160 kids in our ward, and they get into 2 groups of 80, 85 each, and hold sacrament meeting, all separated with masks and all of that. But we get to do that every, and then the regular side meetings are all remote. And
What about
online
the
training.
kids in their classes?
Yeah, they do the elders quorum and the release siding, the Sunday school, all.
Cool.
She means BYU classes.
Oh, the classes are kind of hybrid. They usually go 1 or 2 days a week in person, and then the rest is all video. That's why you're doing yours, Dan, right?
We're 100% online because the time zones and a lot of foreign countries are completely cut off travel. So we're 100% online right now. And for last term and this semester. But then starting next term, we're gradually going to start bringing people back. Maybe I should go next. Are you done, Jamin? Or
Yeah. Do you like it, Dan? Do you like teaching that way?
it's not as effective. There's no way it's as effective. And I mean, personally, I don't mind it, but I can tell it's not as effective, and you can't help the students as well.
Even with that hand puppet video you put together?
It is really helpful. It helps a whole lot. It has changed things significantly. But you still get the inability to tell whether students are learning. I mean, I've been really surprised at how well I can kind of assess their learning. But yeah, I think that the major impact that's being made is people are anxious and the students are becoming depressed and they're missing the social interaction that is part of college life. And, you know, that impact is much more important in the long run in terms of mental health. So,
Yeah. Marla works a lot with the Relief Society, and there's a lot of the young sisters that they have to really do a lot to try to help and keep them from spiraling.
So the internet soon. I don't know. I really don't know when we'll lose it, but Heidi's pretty confident it's going to be in about 5 minutes here. But so
Are you going?
No, he's talking.
What?
Danny's gonna talk.
we kids
He lost his internet connection.
Oh. How did Heidi know that?
Robert,
Yes,
why don't you go ahead and
Go
go?
ahead, Robert.
my turn. Okay.
Unless
My
Danny
Robert Scott, or at least it was, or I don't know if it really is, but anyway, I'm here. I'm living in Provo now. I have my 2 kids and their mother, and grandma lives with us. And we're thinking of all going down to Ephraim. I just live on my pension. I just decided, you know, I can make some money doing extra things, but I have enough to live on without that, and it just is not worth the price of being away from my kids now that we're doing homeschool. That's especially important, and everything's working out good. We hope to buy some property, buy Carlin's house down there in Ephraim is our plan, and we're just going to figure out how that works. I might be asking some of you for a loan if you've got any money around. Interest rate will be good. Interest rate will be good, so you're okay that way. I'll tell you the most exciting thing. You know, I love to learn things, and this is the most exciting thing. Mom and I started reading it yesterday. This is Universal Law, Natural Science, and Living Philosophy by a guy named Walter and his wife Lao Russell. And they wrote this back in the 40s and 50s. And it's timeless. It's absolutely timeless information. It's just amazing. It's just, I don't know, I can't describe it to you, but so that it can, I'm afraid it's going to revolutionize my life as far as being able to provide for myself, being able to just be very, very happy and very healthy. It's just kind of mind blowing, but I wasn't going to tell you about it, but that's the big thing now. So my two kids, I got an 8-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl here, and they're just dynamite. They're wonderful. And I don't even give them an hour a day, and yet they're learning. They're learning how to write and read, and they keep on asking me how to spell something. And every time I tell them, they learn something new, and it's doing great. So very happy.
Okay. Who else needs to
So
talk?
is that the White House, Garland, behind your brick house?
What's that?
It's the brick house.
The little White House in the back?
No, it's the brick house.
The brick house on the corner?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
I plan to plant on that vacant part of it. I plan to plant hydroponics. And my idea now is to dig, instead of building the thing up above, I'm going to build a basement and then have the roof be clear to let the light in. So I'll have all the heat already there. And that's just one aspect of it. Juliet wants to sell Filipino food. And maybe in the long term, we'll want to put up a few apartments there, like 3 or 4, college student type apartments. And so we'll see.
When will you move?
Well, I don't know how it's going to work out here, although our next door neighbors actually told me that they have a granddaughter moving in with them, and the granddaughter actually wanted my place before I got it. And so maybe I can just tell I've only been here for 2 months or so or 3 months of a year contract. So maybe if I say, hey, here's the person to come here, I think I can get him to say, yeah, sure. Okay, fine. Take over the lease, or else just start leasing to her if they don't want to let me out. So I'm thinking about a month or 2 months at the maximum.
Have you seen that video on YouTube about the people that built the greenhouse underground like that, like you're planning to do?
I think I might have seen, no, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the one I saw. No, that isn't. So send me the link.
Okay, I'll see if I can. It might have been a special.
I have friends in my research group over in Hungary, and he's become very expert at growing hydroponics and aeroponics. He gets over 100 pounds of tomato a month in a very small area. So,
Let's hear from.
A lot of tomatoes.
yeah, and of course I wouldn't eat them all, but I'm sure they're easy to sell.
He didn't get to talk about it. He was just,
Tomatoes and potatoes are the two main things. And I also have some information on how to use magnetics and microcurrents of electricity to actually convince the plant that it's spring. So even, it's an incredible thing, but it's possible. People have done it. So
That's gonna be cool.
So
That'd be
we
cool if
should
you can do
get-
that.
Maybe we should get the rest of Dan's report while we still have his.
Yeah.
connection.
Go ahead, Dan.
Okay.
Danny, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what else you want to hear.
Say about DoorDash.
Oh, yeah. So we needed a little extra income while we were to pay the rent in Idaho. So I started door dashing, which has been Heidi and I DoorDash together. We just deliver McDonald's to people or Burger King or whatever the place is, right? You just, the app just says, go here, pick up this, deliver it there. Go here, pick up this, deliver it there. And it's been a lot of fun. So that's what Heidi and I do during the day. I can take my computer in the car. She drives. I actually just, work with students or work with whatever I need to with the food as we go. So it's been a lot of fun.
that is very fun. That I enjoyed that in my Uber experience. I enjoyed the food delivery more than anything else.
So how do the kids like school in Idaho?
Tell them, guys.
It's really nice. They got a brand new football field, and the soccer season was lots of fun. I'm making lots of good friends, and yeah, it's a good experience, and the snow's pretty cool.
Yeah, I made a lot of friends and at the soccer, and
Tell me about the championship.
yeah, we won first place and all of it. It was really fun.
Congratulations, that's great.
I liked that I get to do band in school, and I did soccer and made friends.
What did you play in band?
I'm playing trumpet.
Oh, that's what Uncle Robert plays.
Yes.
You the BYU group.
Oh, wow.
You want to tell them something, Mom?
Oh, I'm just loving it here. I just love being on the mainland. It's so much fun. I love to be able to travel and go see all you guys and friends and family. And it's just been a wonderful experience. And I'm so happy.
Where are you headed now? Where are you headed now?
We're going down to see Steve. We're just past Pocatello.
Oh, nice.
You guys just come straight here if you want.
Well, we have other things. Tim's going to interact with his friends. Tom's going to interact with his friends. So we have a couple of things on the way, but
Okay, but whenever, I mean, you're welcome to come whenever.
yeah, we want to stop by Becky's house to see her a little bit as well. So
You know, DoorDash, you can do any place you are.
I know.
We brought our bag.
We brought her back. We're ready just in
No,
case.
that's still cool. I went to Michigan and actually delivered some food in Michigan, Kalamazoo, Michigan, while I was there. Crazy.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, it depends on where you're at. We talked to a lot of DoorDashers. Some people deliver in California, and the price per mile is about $1. You know, which 50 cents a mile is about what you consume, maybe even $1 a mile just by driving. So you got to be careful with that. But in Rexburg, everything's so tight. Usually we're at $2. We won't take anything less than $2 a mile, and sometimes we can get up to $5 a mile. So that's good stuff.
Okay, Becky, let's hear from Becky.
Where did Carlin go?
I don't know. He probably had to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Well, when he gets back, maybe he can
Showing up? Oh, sorry.
What's that?
Did he just surprise you showing up?
No, he called and said he was coming.
Oh, nice.
I picked him up at Global Airport with Mom and my kids. We all drove up there to meet Steve.
His daughter Samantha is going to school out here with her cousins.
Oh, really?
So he came out to go trick-or-treating with her.
Oh, how fun.
She loved it. She was just talkative and happy.
She's still in high school, right?
No, she's in third grade.
Oh, Samantha.
Samantha, yeah.
I was thinking of Mimi.
Yeah.
I offered Mimi to come up here as well, but she turned it down.
Lucy, can you check on?
So how long has Samantha been there? All the school year?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Huh. So yeah, you go next, Carlin, because you're back now.
Okay. I'm working on my house. I had some very good help to get me kicked off on the project. I had Danny, Robert, Matthew, and Steve came out, and it was a huge help. We put up the first floor walls, and the week they were there, it was very cool. And that's been a very big education.
Arlen, can you tell us what you guys finished after we left specifically? I'm just curious.
Let's see if I can get some pictures here.
Can you put it on the Zoom call?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
We'll put a picture on the Zoom call in a minute. Okay.
Is the picture what it looks like now?
No, we're a little past what it looks like in the picture. We're working on we started working on the attic. Yeah.
Is it all closed in though? You got the ceiling and the walls and everything all closed in?
All the walls are up, is what we have on the first and second floor.
And it's just
Is it skinned outside?
You should be able to upload it to the call. Oh, I
Have
see.
you got this?
Eh?
it's an addition, yeah.
Cool, look at that. Look at that.
Go to the other picture, Steve. The one from the,
But it's still not enclosed though. It's just the studs.
no, yeah, I'm waiting on the plywood. I'm gonna, there.
Oh, look at that.
That's
great.
Is that all basically because Steve's so smart, or?
Well, Steve's very smart, but I learned from him. These guys did all this part while they were there. It was pretty awesome. And we've since finished this part, the second floor.
I guess what I was saying, did you have another full-time guy with you?
Oh yeah, I have a friend of mine who I've leveraged. I've given him free rent for about a year, and then I showed up and said, "Okay, let's work on my house." So me and him live there in the part that we're going to renovate last, and work on the house every day.
He's a great guy too, very strong.
You
What's
know,
his name?
Nelson.
Nelson, yeah. He's Hispanic, obviously, from Nelson, so whatever.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So how's your health?
I feel good. The secondary treatment plan seems to be working, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to do a PET scan, which will be definitive probably about 2.5 weeks from now. So
I was filling out a medical form that said it's any of your brothers and sisters, cancer, heart, whatever, all that stuff. And I was trying to say, I don't really know what Carlin had actually, a tumor, or I don't know,
Tumor is about this big.
Well, what kind of cancer did they diagnose it as then? Lung cancer or
Germ cell.
troop?
Germ cell tumor.
Germ cell.
Oh, germ cell.
Which, well, how does that make sense, Carl? I mean, germ cell is defined as reproductive cells.
Yeah, so here's the deal, right? I was born with only one testicle, okay? And they thought something had happened. No, wait, for you.
One kidney also, right?
Correct. So this whole right side is just kind of non-existent in that sense. They went in and did exploratory surgery when I was a junior in high school, and they were looking for this other undescended testicle, or the bud of it. They never found it, but it was right here the entire time. And that eventually became a cancerous tumor. And that's what we found when I went into the hospital that particular day. They found it in a CAT scan. Like I said, it was about that big, and it shrunk after the first 3 weeks of chemo. And I have no idea what it's doing now, but my symptoms haven't returned. So all hail dog dewormer.
And the lung cancer?
What?
Your lungs? Didn't you have something?
Something showed up in my lung, but it kind of doesn't matter if the fenbendazole is working. It's going to work on that. It's going to work on the original tumor that was right here, right? It's going to work on both of them, and that appears to be what is happening.
Great.
That is fantastic.
Hopefully, I mean, if not, they say, oh yeah, it's still there. I'm just going, okay, whatever. And I'll just keep taking it until, because the chemo, in my opinion, maybe it did work. We'll never know now, because I'm taking this other thing, and it's very inhibited, it inhibits the cancer on a significant level. So.
Are there any side effects from the stuff you're taking now that you can tell?
I salivate a lot. All right.
That's better than dry mouth.
That is better than dry mouth. And
Elevate? What was it?
salivate, yeah.
You enjoy playing fetch?
Salivate.
Drool.
Dog symptoms?
Salivate. Oh.
I would drool if I didn't have great, oral control. But yeah,
As long as you don't get rabies.
always a positive thing when you don't get rabies. Yes.
It's so good that you've learned that control over the years.
No, it's incredible. I mean, it all started back with theater, right? I always say,
Right.
I've always noticed that about Carlin. Yeah.
Boy, he sure controls his drooling well.
But it's funny. I mean, I'm no different than the dogs. It has the same effect on the dogs. So why would I be special? I need to salivate too.
Maybe it's Pavlov syndrome.
That reminds me of a joke.
Although no one's ringing a bell, I'm salivating. So
Just can't get enough of it.
anyway,
And what have you found, Carlin? What have you found is the best way to take it? What's the easiest?
well, I mean, I used to wrap it in yogurt because it has a funny taste to me. But then I got tired of that. I just throw it in my mouth and I drink chocolate milk over it. And then it goes down, and that's that for the day. Bit of a switch from the whole chemo thing, right? 5 hours in a chair, getting stuck.
5 hours, really?
Oh, every day for a week straight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And they made me do that 3 weeks over the course of 8.
So 5 hours a day for 5 days a week, right?
Yeah.
And with a needle in your arm. Painful every time they put it in.
Well, yeah, because my veins don't show up very well. So it was just crazy stuff the whole entire time. I shaved my arms because it got so painful, them ripping the tape off every day. But anyway, that's all over now.
Well, I've talked to several people who say that their parent died from chemo, not from this cancer.
Well, and that was the thing. The week leading up to my appointment with him, I fell on my face 3 times in that week. I would stand up, start to walk around. The next thing I knew, bam, I'm on the floor. And I didn't slowly, I absolutely just timbered straight over. And
I know you were writing some pretty crazy texts during that time. It was hard to make out what you were saying. So it was messing with you.
Maybe. Yeah.
Did you know that?
I don't know.
Go back to your text chain and read it. It's like, what's he saying? I don't know. He's messed up. Anyway.
But I just went in there. I said, Bud, this is over. I'm not going in for my 4th round of treatment. This thing's going to kill me. And I'm not going to, and I was losing my senses. I had neuropathy and my hearing. And all that's come back, fortunately, except for my hearing. It's not as good as it was. But it was just insane, and then they did a CT scan, and it only gone from 13 centimeters to 9 centimeters, but it was still there. Now, it may not be active anymore, and that's great. But for me, here's the really weird part of it all. I'm sitting there getting ready to start the chemotherapy treatment in about 5 days. I'm having this conversation with Robert, and Robert's talking to me about fenbendazole. I'm sitting there going, wow, that sounds kind of interesting. And I said, man, only a fool would do that though. That sounds really risky, really crazy. There's no way. I've got to do chemotherapy. And, so it's almost like a sign to me, because I lost some of my hearing because I didn't listen to Robert, right? So it's crazy stuff, because it looks absolutely, the reality of it is that I could have just gone the fenbendazole course the entire time and got the same results, because it squelches everything so effectively. Anyway, been interesting, right?
I was telling Valerie about your experience and the how does he say it? Fenbendazole?
That's right.
Okay. Anyway, and her father-in-law was right there in the car, just kind of listening. And when I finished talking about it, he said, yeah, my brother is taking that same regime. He's got cancer, and he's heard about that, and he's taking that same
medicine, drug.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it's great.
Yeah, it's surprising, because normally I have roving pain, That is my symptom. When my cancer is active, roving pain everywhere, all over the place. And I don't have that anymore.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another thing that Carlin has been doing a little bit is taking large doses of vitamin C. I have a short video, a 2-minute video of a guy from a clinic in Germany. You know, he's a doctor. Their clinic says, in our clinic, we take and give intravenous vitamin C, huge doses of vitamin C for cancer. And then he explained a very simple fact. And this, you know, cancer cells, it's a known, anybody that's really studied cancer can come up with the fact that cancer cells do not metabolize in the oxygen cycle. And because they don't, they have no ability to regulate or to adapt or to do their normal function. What they can do is just exactly what yeast cells do, and that is take sugar, starch, sugar, glucose, take that in, and they can't regulate how much they take in. It's just if it's there, they take it in as much as possible just by osmosis. It's there, and then they metabolize that and put out, of course, alcohol type things. So vitamin C and glucose, the molecules are, for a cancer cell, indistinguishable. And so they will take in, a cancer cell will take in vitamin C in as much as it possibly can, just take it all in. The problem for the cancer cell is that vitamin C, as soon as the cell starts to metabolize it, turns into a peroxide molecule, which kills the cancer cell. Healthy cells limit how much vitamin C they take because they can only handle so much peroxide in there. But of course, the peroxide is beneficial because it's got some oxygen, but too much will kill the cell. And that's how it kills cancer. So even though it's not doing intravenously, when you take a huge dose of it, I'm sure a lot of, you know, the cancer cells are dying because of it too.
How much what is the, yeah, what is the dose?
For fenbendazole?
No,
for the vitamin C.
Just a second, I'll show you.
I took some vitamin C yesterday and I forgot the concentration of the powder I used. So I thought, you know, hey, I'll take a scoop, right? Well, a quarter of a teaspoon is 1,000 milligrams. A quarter of a teaspoon, right? I took a scoop about, you know, like something you would find in like a Country Time lemonade thing. So I had to run.
Given at 8,000 units. Oh, yeah.
Is it
You had to do
potassium
what?
sorbate powder, Carlin?
Ascorbic acid.
Ascorbic acid.
That's
Ascorbic acid or sodium ascorbate. Sodium ascorbate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sodium ascorbate is much less acidic.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
What was the effect on you, Carlin?
Diarrhea for the past 24 hours straight.
Oh, diarrhea. Okay.
But not painful though, right?
No, that was it. Wasn't
It
painful.
plunges you out. It's really good. But
No, it's a super astringent or what do they call that? Diuretic. Yeah.
It is.
and so that's 1/4 of a teaspoon right here.
Yeah, and I did about
put in a heaping teaspoon. Sometimes Juliet likes it, and that'll be about 5,000 milligrams. So 5 grams is well tolerated, and it might give you a loose bowel movement or two. But I'm sure Carlin got about 10 or 15,000 milligrams.
I felt it immediately. I'm like, whoa, wait, what did I just do?
It helps mom because mom's been constipated so much that if I give her 5,000 or 10,000 milligrams, I'll probably have a better bowel movement chance.
Well, I've been looking for a good weight loss, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't know that it does that very good though.
Well, if you're diuretic, it'll, you know.
For 24 hours, it'll help.
Yeah, it helps a little bit, but you know, don't eat it back.
Who hasn't talked?
Right.
Who hasn't
Who hasn't
talked?
talked?
Steve hasn't talked and Jamin hasn't talked.
And Becky hasn't talked. And Sarah hasn't talked. Right?
Kenny
Oh, Sarah
and
talked.
Kenny and Becky and Matt. Have you talked, Matt?
No.
No, not yet.
Do you want to talk, Matt?
Okay. Things are going good. We're, I was looking at my retirement account, what I would get if I retired. And I'm trying to figure out a way to have my boss hire me back as a contractor so that I can retire from the company, get my retirement and still work. You know, I watched another video the other night about end times. I'm just more and more convinced that come March, everything's going to hit the fan. It's just going to be horrendous. And so trying to figure out what's the best way to prepare for that. I mean, of course, we all want to be spiritually prepared, but
what happens in March?
Yeah, do you mean for you or for everybody?
For everybody, for everybody. I'll send you the link. I'll send the link to the thing. I don't know if any of you have watched any of those others, but this one.
Yeah, I watched them.
This one is a guy with his family doing a Zoom meeting just like this, but only he shows a slide show and he talks about it and he goes through scriptures and he goes through all kinds of stuff. It's kind of pulling together some of those things that we've seen in other videos. Anyway, you know, I don't know what to think, but it's pretty compelling. And I was very excited to hear about Robert thinking about Ephraim, because when Laura and I went down there, what was it, Carlin, about 2 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went down there and I had just had such a special feeling. It was like coming home or something. And I thought, man, something's going to happen. We're going to move here, you know, but we didn't, nothing happened. But I still had that just a wonderful feeling about.
That's good to hear, Matthew.
Yeah. Well, it was really cool. I mean, Carlin, is that motel still there? Did you tear it down or what?
They tore it down. They've created plans for a condominium complex. They're trying to sell it for $660,000.
So did you sell that off then?
No, the bank took it back.
Oh, the bank took it out. Okay.
So, and we held on to the corner piece.
Yeah, the big house and that little house in the back and the land kind of right around it. Those two.
Yeah, those
big
are all.
house and a lot. The big house, it has a lot behind it. So.
Right, but that little house, is it still there? Is somebody still in that?
There's a house on the corner. That's what we still own.
He's talking about the next house over there down the street, though. You don't have that anymore.
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. But anyway, yeah, Laura and I saw that house and we, you know, I mean, it's an old house. What is it? 200 years old? 150?
Yeah, built 1911.
1911. Okay. So 110 years old. So anyway, I'm, you know, if Robert's down there, I'm got my tent ready so that I can go pack up and move into his backyard or something. I don't know.
That's right. You can run the, you know, on-site grown raspberry milkshake shack, Matthew.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Steve, can you?
Robert will grow raspberries with his hydroponics and you can make shakes.
Okay.
Nice.
Here's what we have, Matthew. This is it right here.
Let's see, which is
This is the house.
Okay, yeah.
This house right here. This house. That's the garage. This house. And this is the vacant lot.
Wow, that's it. And that off to the side, that's also part of it, right?
Yeah, it's 0.83 acres all in.
0.83. From here to
The whole thing is 0.83 acres?
Yes.
Well, that's quite a bit though.
It actually ends right here, Matthew, right there.
Uh-huh.
But it's huge. It's a huge field.
Yeah.
And so we have room for, we could feed the whole family plus with this much room of hydroponics. We could have dwelling places here for everybody else. It's It's incredible. Huge.
Yeah.
When the scarp front goes, then you're gonna have to have someplace to move to.
What happens?
When the scarp front goes, the scarp front is the line of that will break with the earthquake in the Salt Lake Valley, in the Utah Valley.
Yeah.
Along 13th East. The fault line is along 13th East, pretty much.
Well,
yeah, fault line.
Ephraim is way away from that, so not a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have no idea what's going to happen. I just keep seeing these things, and so we're getting, we are so prepared. Laura, we did a huge garden. We got so much tomatoes that you just would not believe, and they're all ripening in our kitchen, and we've canned and we've freeze dried stuff, and we've got the missionaries in the basement where Mom was living before, so we got that covered, the protection, and
Keep them there.
yeah, we'll keep them. So anyway, I got solar too. I put solar on the roof last year. I didn't do much investigation, so I probably got took pretty bad, but what are you gonna do? Anyway,
Solar electricity or solar water?
solar electricity panels.
Uh-huh.
And anyway, we're doing pretty good. Laura's doing pretty good. Her health is up and down, like always.
That's Jim's son.
But I don't know what else. Kids are all doing great. They're all just wonderful. Brian has started a internet business out there. It reminds me of Dad's cable TV experience. They had a real nice write-up in the Grantsville newspaper, and he's providing internet for the city and for the parks, for security cameras and that kind of thing. And it's all grown by word of mouth, because he would set it up for himself, and then some neighbors would need it because they don't have good internet there. And it's just growing just great. They're homeschooling their kids. Christy just had a miscarriage of their 10th, 10th. I don't know which one it was. But anyway, she's had a few, so it's not like it's, with her health problems, she's much better off when she's pregnant. And so I think that's part of it. It's either be pregnant or else be sick, So
After the treatment that Ben's wife is going through now, she's had 3 almost stillbirths in a row.
Oh,
Once twins, and they decided they were going to try again, which was pretty brave of them.
Yeah.
But they're doing a process now that works for people that have had that situation before. And it seems to work, and it seems to be working. And it's a shot that they put in their stomach once a day. It's a very tiny needle, but it seems to be working for them. And it's a process that has worked for other people.
Is that her daughter?
No, it's Ben's.
Chloe did that in order to get her kids. She kept having miscarriages and then stillbirth, and it is for a blood clotting disorder. Is that what the shot is?
I think that's right.
Yeah, and she had to take those shots in her stomach. In order to,
That's called Lovenox, and it's very easy. I gave myself one, but that's what it is. It's anti-clotting stuff. Interesting.
Were you pregnant?
No, he had clotting problems in his legs.
Just kidding.
Right?
Which I don't have any.
but our family has a gene, but Whitney's not part of our genes, but it is a genetic thing.
The clotting disorder?
Yeah, Chloe did all this research to try and figure out why their pregnancies weren't working out and stuff. And
wow.
It's a MTHFR mutation, and there's like multiple mutations that you can have, and one of them goes along with a clotting disorder, which I think Jamin has, and Robert has, and a couple of my kids have.
Wow.
Blood does
But
not
Steven's
clot
on
correctly,
blood
therefore it doesn't-
thinners. My son Steven's on blood thinners.
or it clots too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Right,
Does
Steve?
that lead to heart attack or anything like that, or not really?
What?
Does that lead to heart attack or not really?
The way it can kill you, Kenny, 2008, I didn't have any strength. I couldn't get my breath. And it got so bad that I couldn't even stand up or talk when I went into the emergency room. What was happening is my left leg, my left calf, down in the deep veins there, was putting up so many thrombosis, blood clots. And they would go up through the bloodstream, the heart, no problem. But where they get stuck was in the lungs, the capillaries of the lungs. And so they were just occluding the blood flow to the lungs. And so my blood was not getting any oxygen. And so then they had to do heart catheterization to take anti-clot stuff, heparin type stuff right in the lungs as much as they could. They did that 3 times. And the third time it kind of got over the top. And I woke up on Thursday morning. Wednesday night, I went to sleep and was unconscious because 100% full force oxygen, I was still not getting enough oxygen. But Thursday morning, I woke up and we were past the danger point. All just from one leg, just the veins, just in my calf. That's all it was.
What is that?
So if I start getting a lot of clots, what'll happen is both my legs will swell up because it'll fill up the filter, from the back. It's not you never get a heart attack. And because it has to go through the lungs first, it's never going to get a brain aneurysm either. But it'll kill you that way.
So anyway, back to you, Sarah. Wait, Matthew was talking, right?
Yes.
Well, I think unless we want to have a Q&A, I think I'm done.
Steve hasn't talked, has he?
No, yeah, Steve's turn.
Well, I'm glad to have Carlin out here. It was fun going out and work on his house with you guys that made it out there and had a lot of fun, and was a real good experience. I'm glad Robert turned him on to the fenbendazole. But I'm also glad that Danny kind of helped me with some and so
You see, looking for that stuff, huh? So you little side income. That's very good. That's very good.
So
Breaking Bad, huh?
So I that's my latest project. Is I'm water methanol injecting my Forerunner, and then give it a engine boost. And
you put it right in the gas?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, not in the gas. I inject it right into the intake manifold. What's funny, I was at Lowe's about a couple months ago, picking up parts for it. Of course, they had the mask on, and it's hard to kind of hear. And so this guy, just another customer there, kind of younger guy, and he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm injecting methanol into my Forerunner." And he just kind of started laughing. He says, "Oh, you're kind of funny," or something like that. And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "What did you say you were doing?" And so I kind of pulled my mask down a little bit so I could talk to her. I said, "I'm injecting methanol into my Forerunner." And he said, "Oh, I thought you said you were injecting meth into your forearm." So that was kind of
What does it do, Steve?
Well, the octane methanol has about 116 octane. gives you quite a bit more power, but it also burns with the water. It burns about 100 degrees cooler, the engine temperature.
Huh.
And it also,
Cooler than without it, you mean?
yeah, without, and also cleans out the engine, the carbon and everything like that. It just kind of vaporizes the carbon and that.
So
They
what
use it-
percentage?
Wow.
Are you 90% or 70%? What do you do?
50-50, 50% water, 50% methanol.
Holy Moses, really?
Yeah,
And that's so you got gasoline going in, but then you're just injecting that, or is it just running on the 50-50?
no, it's just injecting the 50-50 whenever I get boost. If it demands more more fuel or air, I have a gauge on there that it gets activated when it senses that it's wanting more fuel, and so then it activates and kicks it in.
Well, that's amazing because people back, 20 years ago, I was studying how running a regular gas engine on alcohol, like 70% alcohol and 30% water. He says, it seems like that there's actually more power with the water because, of course, the water is going to boil and produce more, compression and everything.
Right.
And now that you tell me this, that it's obviously true. 50-50 is ridiculous. That's fantastic.
So the diesel engine trucks use it quite a bit. Diesel engine, it has, I guess, real application for that.
I'll have to grow some things to make alcohol then.
Yeah, it's kind of
Methanol is alcohol type of alcohol.
kind of
Just have to start up the distillery.
so that's kind of a fun project. We've just been busy. Rose was substitute teaching French immersion. They had shortage of teachers, so she was doing that, and now they finally got somebody. So she completed that this last week, so that's kind of good because she was spending so much time trying to do all the lesson plans and everything else like that. Because it's not just French, they were teaching English. The French immersion, it was 3rd grade. They teach science, English, math, all subjects in French. So she had to learn, the lessons, and convert them from English to French, So that was took a lot more time than just the class time. But we're doing good. We enjoy having everybody here. People come. We've had a lot of people come from our mission. And they've signed us up for Italy for next July for a mission. We're not sure if that's going to happen or not. But they saw it.
Exciting.
They called and
That's
asked
neat.
if we were interested in family history mission and that. So we don't know if that's going to happen or not, but
It'd be fun.
Steve, I have 2 questions.
yeah,
How old are you, and are you still doing racing?
yes. I'm 70. Well, I'll be 72 in January. And then, I'm training now. I didn't do any races this year because of the COVID. I had 3 or 4 scheduled and they all got canceled. So I'm training now for Texas, Ironman Texas in April, end of April. So that's what that. Kind of got out of shape a little bit.
How do you prevent the, what was that one problem you had where you couldn't stop running? You couldn't stop when you wanted to run? Stop.
Oh, I'm thinking it has to do with being tired. And just not necessarily exhausted, just tired, sleepy tired, you know, if I don't have enough sleep. So I've been kind of trying to improve my sleep.
So if you don't sleep enough, you have more energy to run?
If I don't, no, I'm just tired. Well, like the other day, sometimes I'll get, you know, 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep at night is all, you know. But the other day at the dinner table, we were sitting there and eating, and I fell asleep. And Rose grabbed me, and Erin was on the other side. She grabbed me, and you know.
What is it? What kind of event are you training for in April?
That's an Ironman.
Are you still doing Ironman?
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's amazing.
Does Erin live in your basement now?
No, they're about 10, 15 minutes from here.
Oh, it's nice to have them close.
Yeah, yeah. They're coming over today and gonna go trick or treating.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Scott, Stephanie's husband, he has remarried, and they just moved up here to West Jordan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So it's fun having them around, and
yeah.
They have the little girl.
Yeah.
Well, is Carol still out there, or did she move back?
She's gonna move to Florida.
Oh. But she's in Colorado now, right?
I think she's actually in Florida right now. They went out there, drove out there last week or something.
Oh, okay.
Where at in Florida?
Her daughter, they have a daughter that's out there, and I'm not sure where it's at. And so they're in the Coast Guard.
So I was trying to remember what Steve reminded me of. You know, I don't always use math, but when I do, it's in my Forerunner.
Yeah.
Jamin, who's that beside you?
That's Steve. The celebrity version of Steve.
That's the guy that advertises Dos Equis beer. And he says, I don't always drink beer, but when I do, it's Dos Equis. He's the most interesting man in the world. He's my alter ego. But as I said, I don't always drink math. But
Steve, yeah, I don't always use math, but when I do, it's only in my Forerunner.
Yeah.
Steve, how do you trim your beard? Jim's growing his out now, and he hasn't started trimming.
I have I just use like a razor shaver.
Uh-huh.
And I put a 1/4 inch
comb on it.
Thing on it to keep, so then I just like this.
Like clippers, hair clippers?
Yeah, like hair clippers, only it's a beard clipper, I guess you call it. And I just go like that, and then take that off and try to cut there and a little around here, down here.
Looks good. Looks good. I hope I can talk Jim into that.
Most people that see it like it. So I'm just a little worried about ever shaving it off. People say, "Oh, you know, you don't look." I mean, nobody's ever said since I've had the beard. People say, "Oh, it looks good. You look good," or something like that. Nobody ever said that before. So,
but when you shave it, when you trim it all the time, isn't it always spiky?
It's Rose says it's spiky. I did get some stuff that I haven't started using it yet. That supposedly will soften it up.
My kids don't like it when I shaved just this morning after like 4 days of not shaving, and because I'll kiss my kids even on the head, they say, "Oh, Spiky, you're hurting me."
Yeah, I think it's pretty spiky right in here, you know.
In the 80s, when we all had mustaches,
yeah,
I had a mustache. Valerie was born. She never saw me without it. So when she was about 3 or 4 and I cut it off, she said, "Put it back on."
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
My son-in-law texted me the other day, and he used to, 25 years ago, he had a mustache and everything. And so I bought him a little mustache trimmer for his birthday, gave him a little mustache trimmer. he texted me yesterday and said, "You remember that nose clipper you got for me 25 years ago? I really like that a lot. I use that all the time now."
Uh-huh.
It wasn't actually a mustache. It was just his nose hair growing along, huh?
You're right. He doesn't have a mustache anymore, but he's finally, after 25 years, finding a use for it.
Becky, you haven't talked, have you?
No, I guess not. I watch my 4-year-old grand boys, twins, about 40 hours a week now. And
4 or 40?
40 hours a week about.
Full-time
And-
job.
Yeah, full time. And it was, I think originally supposed to be about 30 hours a week, but Chloe's been working extra. They've been having a lot of overtime. So she's, anyway, it's just worked out to about 40 hours a week. And
They're lucky to have grandma with them during the
What?
day. They're
Yeah.
lucky to have grandma with them instead of daycare.
Oh yeah, it's been fun. And it's hard though. It's hard to like, I don't know. I guess I got soft after I got married, you know, being able to not have to wake up every morning at a specific time or whatever, but it's good. We had, so Celia's getting married in January and Leah's having a baby in February. And
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
fun times.
Yeah. And Celia's fiance, his birthday is also today. So we had a birthday party for him yesterday, and Chloe wasn't sure she wanted to take her kids trick-or-treating this year. So we ended up decorating the doors in our house and had a little trick-or-treating activity throughout the house for them at the party last night.
I'll have fun.
And Mason, who's so the twins, there's one that is, I don't know how, I mean, they're identical twins genetically, but they are so different in a lot of ways. And Mason's the less social. He's very intellectual. They're both super smart. They both read. I would love to see what grade level they're reading at, because they can read a lot of words. And but anyway, Mason's the one that's less social, and Owen is just always in each other, you know, he's really social. So connecting with Mason is more of a meaningful experience for me, just because to know, you know. So on the way home, Chloe said that Mason was saying, "I'm gonna miss grandma. She's my great grandma. She knows everything, I think." And then she said he starts making up a song about how he's going to miss me and pretend crying the way home. So that's a huge
rewarding
reward for me.
So where do they live? How far away do they live from you?
They live about half an hour away, and we meet halfway in between our house and their house every morning and afternoon to exchange the kids.
They're down in Springville?
Saratoga Springs.
Saratoga Springs.
Yeah. Yeah, they live there. And Joey and Noah are doing homeschool. Except for Joey goes into school to do printmaking and welding. He has one of those classes each day. And they're doing okay. They have their challenges, and it worries me, but I don't know what else to do but worry, so that's what I do. Worry and pray and try and figure out a better way than just worrying and praying.
Work out.
What, exercise?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too.
Work out harder.
I work out until I have a Sjogren's flare, and then I have to stop working out for a couple days. And
Who?
Sjogren's flare.
What's
That's
that?
the autoimmune disease that I have.
Oh.
But if I work out too hard, then I get a lot of inflammation. It's painful, so I have to kind of pace myself.
Have you ever tried urine therapy?
No, what is that? I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what urotherapy is? It's really good for immunodiseases.
Did you say urine therapy?
Yeah.
You pee
Not
on
too
it?
complex.
Drink your pee.
How does it work?
You drink your pee.
It's helped me a lot.
You do it?
I do it.
Bob did it. Robert does it.
Their basis.
Robert does it. I do it every morning.
I don't do it.
It absolutely healed totally in about 6 weeks a torn rotator cuff that I had for 6 months. And I couldn't get my arm past there. It was just painful. I was driving. And then a friend of mine in Indonesia, a woman said, Robert, and we used to talk on the phone all the time. Says, Robert, when you told me about urine therapy and I started mixing it with juices every day, I got rid of mine in about 3 weeks. I had a rotator cuff tear when we first started. I said, oh, that's right. And so now every day, about a cup in juice or in a smoothie is so easy. And I have full, absolute, complete movement like I'm a teenager. And I never did 1 second of physical therapy. It just healed it totally. Just
It's
totally
about
healed it.
5,000 years old, and a lot of people think that urine is toxic waste, but it's actually antibacterial and sterile.
Well, it's sterile if you don't have a urinary tract infection, I suppose.
Probably wrong.
Well, if you want to get rid of a urinary tract infection, your urine has the antidote to whatever ails you. You literally can get bit by a black widow spider, or if you're deathly allergic to bees, you can get bit by one of those. You take 10 drops of urine, put it on your tongue, antidote. Wait 15 seconds after you get bit. Your liver knows what 1/3 of all your blood is passing through your liver every minute. Every
So
second.
your
You know,
own
just-
is better. You want your own, not somebody else's, right?
your own, because your liver,
Make sure.
your liver is a chemical production thing. It can produce anything that science could ever do. Your liver does in seconds.
And the difference is
That's
the
what
difference that it's highly absorbable. You could try to put those same minerals together and give yourself that kind of treatment, but you wouldn't absorb into your body the way it does in your urine.
Yeah. So
Forerunner
the
first,
urine,
We've come a long way since
Whatever-
the hydrogen peroxide days.
Yeah, we are breaking new territory.
Yeah, look at
Oh, we
look
haven't-
at
we haven't-
the book.
We
Look
haven't
at
heard
the
from,
book.
we haven't heard from Mom. Mom.
Oh, yes, Mom.
Or Kenny. What about Kenny?
Yeah, we heard
Yeah.
from
No,
Kenny.
we haven't heard from Kenny either.
Kenny, you talk?
Or
Kenny
Jamie.
brought his lime trees, his lemon trees.
Oh,
his-
yes.
Yeah, come on.
Are you sleepy, Kenny?
No.
You think we're crazy? Urine making
I
you.
don't know where to start. I'm going to be moving next year to where I don't know still. I'm 55. I have 4.5 years left in the Army maximum. I want to move Utah. That's one of the places on my list. The family's enjoying Florida. Christy's in USF, that's University of South Florida College. Irene just finished iron something school, flat iron coating school. So she's looking for a job as a coder now. She lives in our garage, but she has friends that she stays with too. She's down in Miami area right now. Then I also have Jacob, who's very much into band. He's a sophomore, and Charlie, he's in 8th grade, and the band or the high school is right next to us, so Jacob walks to school. And Charlie's in 8th grade, and he likes sports and all kinds of other things. And Ryan is 9, and he likes video games and likes some sports too, like tennis, and he's going to start soccer again. Unjung is working at the Azalea Elementary School as the manager for the cafeteria, and you know they're trying all kinds of crazy stuff here. I mean, everybody's kids are going back to school, of course, and even more kids are stopping their online school and coming back to regular traditional school. But they're still trying to get rid of COVID, and so they do crazy things with the lunches, to include delivering food on Thursday nights. Not delivering food, having a place where drive-in people can take a whole week's worth of food for the kids. I don't mean welfare, but actually school lunches and dinners. And school lunches have become free here for everybody. So it's pretty good. I mean, you know, there's some things maybe you don't agree with, but desperate times have seemed to have called for these desperate measures. And you know, we're looking forward to voting next Tuesday. We're going to keep our house in Florida no matter what. And so I have a boss that I pretty normal, I guess. Kind of like her, kind of don't, because she makes me do a lot of good idea fairies. That means she came up with an idea and now she wants me to do it. And
You say you're going to keep your house in Florida no matter what?
Yeah.
So when you move, you'll just rent it out or something like that.
Right. If for some reason I don't move to Utah, then we'll just rent to wherever we're at too. But if we move to Utah, then we'll buy another house there too. That's the plan. A very small house though. And I don't understand how I'm going to do it, frankly, because I know that housing in Utah is quite expensive. It's crazy.
Not this one. This one right here is very affordable.
Yeah.
Small too.
How much, Jamin?
We just barely listed on the market for 48,000.
But where can you park that and not have it be, you know,
you can park it anywhere as long as you move it every 2 weeks.
There's that part on the postman, right?
Actually, Ephraim is pretty open to they've got some tiny houses in some locations up there, so that's a possibility.
Well, but seriously, Jamie, what do you do?
If it's your own property, you can park it there, right?
No, there's probably about 6 locations in Utah that allow it legally. And you know, some of them are vacation subdivisions, cabin subdivisions, things like that. What's the town out past Saratoga? Eagle Mountain. Eagle Mountain allows it. Pleasant Grove allows it. There's a few places. Linden.
Ephraim wouldn't allow you to just park it there?
Ephraim, you have to kind of get a special use permit, but you could do it.
So you are living in it?
No, it's just in our driveway.
Oh, okay. How would anybody know if you're living in it?
Without not having to move it every 2 weeks.
As long as we aren't living in it, you can park it somewhere.
Oh, okay.
My mother just left tomatoes and peppers and olives.
Okay, well, you know, but basically just same old stuff, Army, you know, and I don't go to work, but I go to work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and stay home Tuesday and Thursday.
Do you work from home?
Yeah, but it's very distracting at home. Even if I'm the only one home, there's always projects to do or more food to get out of the refrigerator, you know, stuff like that. So I prefer going to work, except for the
food demands you to eat it.
Yeah. And
somebody needs to tell somebody that that's how we make money around here. So I can't help you with the groceries. Sorry. Just a thought.
Well, you want me to talk something?
So what's that, Carlin? What are you saying?
I was telling Kenny that he needs to tell somebody that what he does actually makes money. And so he can't help bring in the groceries because he's making money. Yeah.
It's a hard concept.
Pretty A plus B equals C for me, but anyways.
Arlen,
Yes.
if Kenny has a second house in Florida, let's say, and buys a home in Utah, and has renters that for falling or whatever, they can go after his house in Utah. If you have an LLC, if you use LLCs to mitigate risk that way?
Yeah, you absolutely can, but who would go after his house in Florida?
Well, I mean, just somebody falls and sues him for a bunch of money.
Oh, yeah, no. And if you're gonna do an activity like that, yes, you should be putting your property in an LLC.
You need to get a lawyer to do that, or can you just figure it out yourself?
No, you can, if you want to do that, you let me know and I'll help you do it. How's that? Okay? And it'll be free. Okay? Except you got to pay the state where you're forming the LLC some money, but yeah.
But you don't have to live in the state.
You do
What
not.
activity? You don't mean just renting it out, obviously. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about your renter suing you because something's wrong with the house.
Oh,
And if you don't have an LLC, they can absolutely come after you.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready for mom? Or are you?
Yeah, let's do mom.
Okay, mom.
Okay. Living with Matthew and Laura, I thought, I'll be here in this little place forever. I like this little place here I've got. But God said, no, you gotta get out. And I said, no. And then he said, yes, because Robert said, I need you. So I have been, Robert and I have, as he mentioned to that book that he started in to tell about that he never really said anything about, he was reading it to me, and I also became very excited about it. And it makes you think that God knows you totally and that you can converse with him about it. And it's just beautiful. The other thing that I want to tell you is that since I have stepped on the golden, which is the urine, every morning, and I put good things, good tasting things in with it, like flaxseed, ground flaxseed, and a little bit of honey, and it's wonderful. And it zips me up, and I think now I have a book that says I'm going to live to be 120. And I'm reading that book, and I'm thinking, I don't want to die. Why should I want to die? When you can drink urine and live.
I don't know, Mom, some people would say, I'd rather die.
They would, and I felt the same way. I thought, oh my gosh, ugh, oh, I can't think of anything worse. But then I looked at Robert saying, look, and I know that when his shoulder was
How
bad.
long have you been taking that, doing that?
Just since I went down there. 3 months. 3 months.
Oh, okay.
We-
Only mom would say, I'll put something that tastes good like flax.
Yeah.
It tastes better.
I don't need your help.
Flax and honey. I have to have
Flax.
honey.
Of course, it's not for sale. There's
So
no-
when we were in high school, mom used to boil flax seeds, and we used it to put in our hair to kind of set like a hair gel.
Dippity doo.
And that, yeah, dippity do. So mom used to, mom and flax go way back.
Yeah. Flax and flax, flax, flax.
You know, I saw a video about by NASA, and they were talking about space travel, and they said that the drinking water for the astronauts was a problem. And they said, of course, you got urine and you can drink your urine. Only problem is it's salty. And they, like Sarah was saying, it's there's no
Antibacterial.
yeah, there's no bacteria. So you don't have to worry about that. It's just the saltiness. And of course, the thought, you know, that's what,
Thought is the worst part.
yeah.
Well, the saltiness, you just drink more water.
Yeah, you put a little water in with it. I had a little water.
But that didn't help the space guys. They couldn't, you know, drink more water so they could have more urine so they could, and that was kind of a.
The saltiness is 100% because you eat salt, which you really don't need. You know, there's other ways to get iodine, and the sodium chloride, everything's got sodium in it. You know, everything's got sodium in it. So you don't need really to take that. I know it tastes fantastic, but you really don't need it. But aside from that, until you get detoxed over a period of time, I hate the taste. It's horrible. You just gag. It's horrible. But if you mix it with a smoothie or something, you don't even notice it. And grapefruit juice is the best. If you like grapefruit juice, then you don't notice the urine either. So whatever. That's a lot more than I ever wanted to say about it.
Well, for my gout, I bought some cherry juice concentrate, and I drink about two ounces of that, and it's like, oh, I can't remember how many cherries it's like eating, but it is a natural gout. What's the word? I don't know. Natural way to take care of gout.
Remedy, right.
Remedy, there you go. Natural remedy for gout.
Well, I've got to drop off. I've got a meeting I have to be in. So love you all. So wonderful to see your face. Happy birthday, Mom. Love you.
Love you,
Glad to see
Jamin.
So happy.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Did you even get to talk, Jamin?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we learned about felting and tiny
There
houses.
you go.
It's becoming a cycle. You forget what everybody else said. You think, oh, I haven't heard from Becky yet. Oh, I haven't heard from Matt yet.
Yeah, we could
That's
keep it
'cause
up
we
forever. We could
interject
just
and
keep
we-
going around the circle. Never.
That is the problem with our loquacious family and our advancing age.
I
Yeah.
think it's like the goldfish. You know, he goes around his bowl. Oh, a piece of coral. Oh, a piece of coral. Oh, a piece of
There's a lot of
coral.
coral around here.
Well, and it's because we keep interjecting and going off onto someone else. So everybody's talking with everybody else at the same time.
Yeah.
I gotta go
let's-
too. Happy
let's
birthday,
do-
Mom. Love you
Let's
guys
do this
all.
again.
Love
Okay.
you all.
Gordon, love you.
Let's do
Here.
another Thanksgiving time, okay?
Bye.
Thank you for being you.
Yeah, let's do it, Kenny. Let's just
Let's
just
do it
send out
again
the
at
text.
Thanksgiving
We'll
time.
do it. Yeah.
Okay. Danny, where are you at now?
Tremont. Well, let's see. Tremonton?
Exit 381. Are we in Utah yet?
Yeah, we're in Utah.
We love them all.
Tremonton, is that a place?
Okay. Drive careful.
Okay, I'm not driving. Heidi's driving, so yeah, she's driving.
Well, all of you guys. But we'll see you when you get. We'll see you when you get here.
All right.
Love you all.
I love you all too.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Bye-bye.
Pray for you
Bye-bye.
every night,
Thanks.
one by one.
That's great stuff.
How much land do you have, Kenny?
It's not even a quarter acre.
How do you get so many trees on there and so much bushes?
They don't need much because they grow pretty natural. And in actuality, we have, it's just a normal house kind of size around, like 8 to 10 feet.
Wait, well,
on
I've
each-
been there. I know what it is.
Yeah.
You were there right when you bought it, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And
You have a pool at the back, right?
yeah, although you might take it down, you might not. I don't know. But just you don't need much. Just a couple of feet of square, and then stuff grows. Even in the bad parts of ground, stuff is growing. I couldn't like Jamin or as Matthew said, those cantaloupes in Utah were small. I got real small ones, and I did all the best thing I could think of, short of fertilizer and whatever. But yeah, but here it's pretty easy. Although I don't have any bananas, and the squirrels got my figs, and stuff like that, and the birds eat my blueberries. But I make cages now, so yeah, it's good.
That's really neat. That's a lot of fun.
I think I wish Jamin was still here. So where does Jamin live? In somebody else's house or his own house?
Yeah, he lives in the same house he's always lived in Provo, They
Orland?
sold it to
Run by Tim View High
Sorry.
School.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
Okay.
And he lives
sold it to
downstairs. His daughter's upstairs. He lives
Okay.
down.
Okay. So then what was the tiny house for? Just to see if they could do it or what?
Yeah, just a project, and someday thinking about moving into it, but I think that they've kind of changed their mind at this point.
I think they decided to sell it.
Yeah. But it's too bad that there's so much kind of city restrictions says you can't park a tiny house here, but you can park an RV in the RV, thing. Yeah, whatever. Tiny house, as big as that would just be two people's worth, but obviously. Anyway,
Kenny, is Hawaii an option for you?
no.
No? Okay.
The top three are Utah, Denver, and some place in Massachusetts, in Western Massachusetts.
Ah, okay.
Westover.
We just went to Denver last month to get Radiant down. It was a beautiful place there. Loved it.
Who, what?
We just went to Denver. That was another reason we came out, is because Brady came to Denver on his mission, and he wasn't endowed yet because the temples were all closed. And so we just got to go to Denver and go to the temple with him and got his endowment. It was really, Heidi was commenting, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Well, you know what Western Massachusetts is like Fort Detrick, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, no, this would be Westover Reserve Air Base. And Little Inn, I think it's, you have to look it up on a map. There's some other city. But yeah, Fort Devens was pretty cool. I don't know about Fort Detrick.
I meant Fort Devens, one I went to. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's neither one of those. Fort Devens is
beautiful, Kenny. Western Massachusetts is wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I chose it because it would be a job change, and Denver would be a job change. Sometimes you get tired of all the political correctness of public affairs, and you just want to do a job where it doesn't really matter, as far as
what type of job would it be?
operations, stuff like that, or it's just a title. I don't really know what it is, but it's Army stuff. It would be helping some organization run better. So. Yeah,
You do video editing much, Kenny?
Yeah, I do that. I'm going to go shoot a video today with the missionaries, believe it or not.
Always do that. That's fun.
Oh, we lost Sarah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's great. That's wonderful.
The missionaries are putting a bunch of stuff on Facebook, and they can only shoot it with their phones. At any rate, so I thought, this is a natural. I should help them out, and hopefully it'll get more likes, more views, more whatever the idea is. I'm a little worried about our subject today. I don't know, but he might make it more difficult to edit than it needs to be by, because I know the guy. He's in our ward. Speaking of which, we're going to go back to church pretty soon. The bishop's going to release an email either today or tomorrow about the new restrictions, but we're actually going to start going to church. So that's nice. We've been having it on Zoom, of course, like probably everybody else.
We're in the process of buying a house in Florida, so we'll have a house like you do out there.
Oh yeah. It's not really, we only paid $250 for ours, which sounds like a lot, I guess, but I can't even get close to that same price in Utah. It's just way more than that. And I remember how dumpy South Provo used to be. And it's like, okay, there's got to be some dumpy house in South Provo somewhere for 80,000, whatever. But no, I'm not finding it. So yeah, and I would be willing to buy a bunch of. In Georgia, they have a bunch of drug houses, right? $10,000, $20,000. Yeah, terrible neighborhoods, but
My dad did that business in Sacramento.
Yeah. You fix them up.
To go collect rent there.
Yeah, no, I would live in it. I fix it up as I lived in it, and
Oh,
hopefully
boy.
sell it for double my money, triple my money. I don't know, whatever.
It
So,
got bankrupted my dad though, but that's how I met Dan, so it worked out good, I guess.
well, yeah, I mean, he made it as a business, right? And Carla knows how tough it is to.
It was more of a, it was a little bit more than a side gig. Yeah. So it monopolized a lot of time.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't try to do it to make money as much as I basically, okay, so you buy a cheap junky house, and let's go back to Provo, for, 80,000, whatever. And granted, I don't have 80,000 laying around, but you can make aggressive payments on that and hopefully get it paid off pretty soon. And then, live in it or don't live in it, doesn't really matter, but eventually sell it. That's my theory. But I haven't found that house.
What part of
Huntington doesn't
Utah would you work in though?
Oh, well, Fort Douglas, way up in Salt Lake, University, Utah area,
Yeah.
So,
I know there's subdivision up there, but yeah, I guess they do. That's right. They have a officer training and stuff up there.
yeah, they have all kinds of, not actually part of the University of Utah, but above University of Utah.
Right.
And that's where I used to go to drill. And I really liked it. Not because they had anything there. It's just a bunch of reserve buildings. But I know the guy who's got the job right now. We were in Afghanistan together, and he basically is kind of his own boss, and he goes on missions as he sees fit, And sometimes the general says, oh, this is a mission we got to cover, so come on with, stuff like that. So.
And that's still PR work there, right? The
Public affairs, yeah. But see, the darn thing is it depends on who you get with. And sometimes if you get with a colonel, which I am now, that has been too high up, and now she comes back down, she thinks still too high about, oh, we got to worry about the proper uniform all the time. We've got to worry about the saying the exact same things, or we can't worry, or the exact wording. We can't be funny or humorous or entertaining or anything like that. We got to be very military in our speak. And it really just saps all the intelligence, all the life, all the, out of the stuff you write and the videos you take. This guy died, right, of COVID-19 in our unit. And I made a fantastic 6 minutes, wait until the team's meeting starts, which is actually going to be the memorial, right? And it's just so visually awesome. And she's like, oh no, we can't have that. Oh no, we can't have that. Oh no, we can't have that. And she's like, and I was like, okay, you know what? Fine. I'm going to go back to stills and very basic stuff, for 6 minutes, because she just can't get out of her. I'm afraid we weren't going to broadcast it anywhere. We weren't going to put it on Facebook. We weren't going to put it on YouTube. It's just an internal product. It doesn't matter if you think it's like, so she objected to me showing video of the funeral detail. They had some really professional funeral details, like the guy walking in front of the soldier, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, in Arlington, Virginia or something like that. Now, I didn't use that, but something like that. People doing very professional job at funeral details, which is a common occurrence. Soldiers die. At any rate, long story short, she has the wrong kind of creative bones in her body. And all of the stuff gets watered down so vanilla that it's, and even my stories, when I write them, I hardly can recognize them when I turn them in for her editing. Because she edits them and she just makes them as she would say it. It's like, no, keep it as I would say it. You just fix my grammar. Otherwise, you're writing the story for me, you know. But, you know, and so sometimes I just put her name on it. It's like, okay, you wrote this story, not me. So, oh, you don't need to do that. Well, I kind of do because it's not anything like I wrote. So,
I prefer to do that, Colonel, because your story sucks and I don't want my name attached to it.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying. I don't find your story interesting at all. I find your story rather boring. You've made all my efforts to make this stuff interesting into the most watered down thing you can get. So fortunately, I don't do that too much. And she pretty much writes all of her own stories now. And simply because obviously she doesn't agree with how I write. And more importantly, I think she doesn't want to have me to, I don't know. Anyway, she writes most of the print stories now. And with the videos, she cuts out a lot of stuff and whatever. So that's the frustration I deal with. And then